Good morning, Unity of Gainesville. How are we doing this morning? Hey, everybody. It's so good to see your smiling faces this morning. Did y'all feel all those love bugs outside? I saw them swarming around the car. I was at a stoplight, and it was like the birds from Hitchcock, but with love bugs. So maybe that's just reminding us to put out a little bit of extra love this morning. Or to get your car washed. Amen. So thank you everyone that is here in person. Thank you for those of you that are joining us virtually online. My name is Charlotte. I'm going to be your Sunday service leader this morning. Before we get going, I just want to remind everyone if we could please silence our cell phones. And if you don't, that's okay. Sometimes they're a good reminder for when we need to emphasize things that are being said in unity. There we go. And do we have any newcomers here for the first time? Could you please raise your hand? All right, we've got Millicent and Shay in the front row here. Welcome. We are so happy that you are joining us. You're going to get a rose, you're going to get a card, and everyone else that gets roses, please just ask those people questions. Get to know them a little bit more, even if you know them. Anyone with a rose, go up and ask them something about themselves that maybe you didn't know. Okay, and so what we're going to do before we get started is we're going to remind ourselves why we are here at Unity of Gainesville. So if we can all please stand, we're going to go through our mission, our vision, and our core values. If they are on the screen, we can say them all together. And if not, we can do a repeat after me. All right, the vision. All together now. Centered in divine love and wisdom, we joyfully create a world united in positive spirituality. Mission. Through prayer, meditation, spiritual education, and service, we put God's love into action. And core value. I am spirit-led. I am love. I am generosity. I am gratitude. I am inclusivity. Y'all sound good. You may be seated. Thank you. And our vision for 2025, so Reverend Ryan has aligned us with the natural seasons and the rhythms of nature. So for April through June, our core idea is awakening and renewal. The focus is faith, creativity, and new beginnings. Our series container is the blooming of spirit, awaken and arise. And we can all say out loud the anchoring thought together. I awaken to divine possibilities.
Hey y'all, what's up? I said, what's up? We looking packed up in here, y'all. Usually at 11 o'clock it's like 3 of us, so this is packed. We doing good. And then at 11:10 it's like 50 people in here, but we're doing good today. All right, y'all. If this is your first time joining us, we call this our evocation. Can we say evocation? An evocation is different than an invocation. An invocation says, come on down. God, love, source, we're ready. We've been good servants. An evocation is something different. It's acknowledging that love, that divine presence that was always here. That was here before we arrived in this room. That was here before we arrived in these bodies. That presence that binds all of us in all things. So this morning, I invite you to take a cleansing breath every time you hear the bowl sound. So let's just take a breath. We sound the bowl the first time, affirming there is only love. Repeat after me. There is only love. We sound the bowl a second time, affirming that if there is only love, then who are we? We are love. We are the arms, the feet, the hands, the expression of love. We are love embodied. Let's take that in. Repeat after me. I am love. We sound the bowl the third and final time, affirming that if there is only love, and we declare we are the embodiment of love, we are the expression of love, then what are we to do with all the things we experience? Those annoyances, those text messages, those heartbreaks, all the things. This morning we are reminded to take all of who we are into everything we experience. Repeat after me. I take all of who I am into everything I experience. And so it
I've been the past couple times playing stuff that has kind of been in my head the morning I woke up before I came here, and this morning I had "You Are the Face of God" by Karen Drucker, and it's a good sing along if you guys want to join in, and we'll just do it a few times. And I think it's a great way to start. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are You are the love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of love. Let's go back. The face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are my part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Come on, Brock. It was so good the mic turned off. All right, y'all. If you're joining us for the first time, at Unity, we find any reason to celebrate, okay? And one of the easiest ways to do that is a birthday. I know we celebrated Gersan's birthday yesterday. That's happening. Any other birthdays this week? Okay. Any milestones, any anniversaries, anything that we just, you know what? We did that thing. Okay, we're here. We made it. Okay. All right. So we want to acknowledge that we have many in our community who are some joining online, but also as we talk are in the ER. And so our body temple is one of our most sacred tools that we have. And it's not until something kind of goes awry that we say, oh my goodness, I had no idea that hip was that important, right? Or that whatever was that important, not until these things happen. So in our evocation, we say, we are the expression of love. That is radical. We are the expression of love. And so what that means is we can send and receive love with a mere thought. So if the thought is, I am sending love, guess what you're sending? Love. So I want y'all to do me a favor. I want y'all to rub your hands together like you're getting ready for a good meal and extend those hands to those around you, knowing that this love is extending beyond this room into the ethers, those who are joining us online and all abroad. Repeat after me. We see you.
We see you.
We know you for who you truly are.
We know you for who you truly are.
God in expression.
God in expression.
We love you. We celebrate you.
We celebrate you.
And we wrap our arms around you on your sacred walk. Now keep those hands up. I want you to wave at somebody across the room. Hey, hey, what's up? Hey, girl, you looking cute today. I like that green on you. Right? So if you don't know the person's name, y'all, it's okay, right? It's okay if you've been coming here for years and you don't know the name, right? Say, you know what? I should know your name. What's your name again? And it's okay. Say, Reverend Ryan said it was okay, okay? All right. He said it was okay. All right, so we light this candle as a symbol of our unity. So this candle embodies that when one of us is celebrating, all of us is celebrating. And when any one of us is moving through a healing journey, all of us are moving through a healing journey. And so it is.
Good morning. So our first announcement is a community meeting today. So please don't rush out after the service this morning because we're going to have something special happening right here today. Reverend Ryan is called a community meeting this afternoon, and it's going to be an important one. We're going to be coming together to reflect on the direction of our community and to hear from you, your thoughts, your questions, your wisdom. And this is your opportunity to be part of the conversation. And because we love community and celebration, we will also be enjoying some pizza and marking a very special occasion, a birthday celebration for Reverend Ryan himself.
19.
So stay with us, and the conversation matters, and the pizza doesn't hurt either. So our next announcement is an announcement on Books to Africa. And I have some exciting news to share with you this morning, and it's a reason to celebrate. Many of you are familiar with the beautiful initiative that one of our community members, Sanithia Thompson, has been leading. Thomas. It's her children's book, You Are the Smartest Person in the World. It's being sponsored and sent to children in Africa. Her original goal was 100 books, and I'm happy to tell you that we exceeded that goal with 125 books sponsored. Congratulations, Sanithia, on exceeding your original goal. But the campaign is continuing, and for just $20, you can sponsor a book, and your donation also supports the Unity of Gainesville Scholarship Fund. So your gift does double good. If you'd like to contribute, check the newsletter for details on how to donate. And if you see Sanithia this morning, please take a moment to congratulate her. Or see Star today, okay. So our next announcement is announcement on a spiritual book club. Our next announcement is about an exciting new offering from Reverend Carla Palmer, and it starts this Thursday. Carla is launching a spiritual book club on Zoom. Oh, do you want to? Okay.
Quickly. It's been launched for a few years, and we're just starting a new book. And so we always let you know when we're starting a new book. So that's it. Say it again. The Book of Innocence. Yeah. Come like an innocent child to this. And it's really wonderful. I want you to know that I have had the pleasure of seeing spiritual shifts happen in that book group, and people are different in a good way. nothing bad. Anyway, this will teach me to make notes. But I'm also here to tell you something else that I'm starting this summer. And this morning in another Unity meeting that I was in, somebody said, "Oh, do you remember, Jackie? Do you remember when we did this? Do you remember that?" You know, and there are just so many fond memories. And so I thought, this is exactly what I'm trying to do here for us in Unity of Gainesville, both online and, well, all of it will be online. And it's called Your Summer of Power. And we're going to take a week of the Unity powers, and we're going to study it. And so how many powers are there that we are born with? Who knows? 12. So it'll be 12 weeks that we are going to be able to commit to that, to meet on a Wednesday evening from 7 to 8:30, and we're going to learn about the 12 powers. Last week, someone mentioned to me, "Carla, can you teach a unity class?" And I said, "You got it." And so this is what it's going to be. I've already made the flyers, and just to let you know, check it out there, and you can read more. I don't want to take up any more time. Okay. Let's sign up.
All right, thank you, Carla. And I think the first meeting it said is for this particular book is next Thursday at 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Zoom. In the newsletter. Okay. All right. So this Thursday, if you attend, you'll be attending the first meeting, so you won't miss anything. Okay. So the word of the day. Okay. Word of the day. Okay. So this spring, we're exploring what it means to awaken and arise. And this morning, I want to offer you an image that might change the way you see your own journey. Have you ever felt life is just repeating itself? Like you're going in circles, the same patterns, the same struggles, the same week over and over again. Here is a thought that I want to offer you this morning. Imagine you're standing at the bottom of a staircase looking straight up. And from that angle, it looks like just a circle, just a ring. It's not necessarily going anywhere. But if you step back and change the angle that you look at the staircase, now you can see it for what it is, a spiral. And a spiral is always leading up. So you're not going in a circle, you are rising. Sometimes the growth is invisible from where you're standing, but if you shift your perspective, you will see it. So the entire universe is constantly transcending itself, drawing closer and closer to its source. And so are you. So I awaken to possibilities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roger. Roger, can you get Celeste real quick? She's out in the... Yeah. Yeah, I know what I was saying. In the blank. We're going to celebrate Celeste real quick. Come on up, Celeste. Okay, so we've started this thing where anytime Spirit guides us, we want to honor our beloved members, our pillars. And so I want to take a moment to just honor Celeste and all that she gives and does for us. And so, as many of us know, Celeste has been a part of this community for years. And we've been there when her beloved Lori has passed. And she has opened her home in such a powerful way that she has become like the anchor, the passerby. And so for a long time, Celeste was like, you gotta come over, you gotta see my garden. And I said, okay, we're gonna do this. And so yesterday, Celeste opened her home, created these little beautiful invitations so we could celebrate her son, who we are his extended family. And Celeste, just in that little example, that's how she loves. She loves with focus and discipline and clarity, and she loves with her whole full heart. And Celeste, I want you to know that we love you the same. We love you so much. We love you so much. We love you, Celeste. That's right. And Gary said, great party. Yes, it was.
Let me just say something. I just want to say that we want to create a community, a close community here, and doing more things together than just coming to Sunday school, Sunday here, to do other things and to get to know each other and be friends and be like a family to each other, you know? And so I'm so happy to have done that, and it was so warming to me to see people get to talk to people they hadn't talked to before, to get to know how cool everybody is, and how many things you have in common that you didn't know you had in common. And then we can my goal is to have outdoor activities, adventures that we do together, and enjoy being with each other. And it's all taking care of each other in such a loving way. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Celeste. And y'all, I want you to know that Celeste's works continues because she is the vice president of the board. So it's not, I'm just saying, we loving her. For those online, she said her job is to get volunteers. Before we move to our special prayer or opening prayer, I want to acknowledge somebody. Alexandra, can you please stand up? Okay, y'all. Alexandra, I want y'all to memorize his face, because if you happen to stop by during the week, or if you happen to send the email to Unity of Gainesville, it will be Alexandra who is responding, because she is our new office administrator. Yes. Y'all don't know it yet, but we are going to another level, okay? I mean, we were already tracking there. Now it's like, okay, let me tighten up. Thank you so much, Alexandra. And so you got to meet her husband, the unit, and so we love you so much, and thank you so much for being a part of our community. I invite you to take a cleansing breath, and if it's your practice, I want you to just close your eyes if that's your practice, or soften your gaze. And so in this moment, when we breathe, we are acknowledging that this sense of clarity and presence is always with us. And it's not anything we got to turn on. If we desired, we could get on our knees, but we're not pleading. If we desired, we could open our hands and extend them to the sky, but it's not because we're yearning. In this moment, we simply awaken, open, free, cleanse, soften our instrument so we are in the presence, the clarity of its presence. And I'm talking about love. And so in this divine moment, we affirm there is only love. We affirm those in our community and beyond who are in special need of just a little bit of love. The reminder that they are a part of a perfect unfolding, that their bodies knows just what to do. And that us in this room, as we navigate this thing called life, we are more than equipped. We have everything we need because source and substance is constantly and perpetually guiding us to our greatest unfoldment, which is now. And so as we move through this day, through this week, as we see what appears to be challenges, may we see them with a new clarity that it is here for us as we are in this moment right now. We affirm it as so. And so it is.
This is a song I wrote for this actually. That I wrote a while ago. If you should wonder, be not afraid. There's still a sun on the uglier days. You're still afloat when you're tossed in the waves. Won't pull you under, they're washing it all away. When the walls close in, draw me closer again. Deeply inside, a sun in silence, calling you. I am inside your heart. How great thou art. If you should wind up lost in the cold, there's still a fire alive in your soul. You're not abandoned, no, you're not alone. When we get lost, there's a signal to call us home. When the door closes, draw me closer again. There is a voice divinely guided, calling you when the walls close in. Draw me closer again. There is a voice divinely guided, calling you, I am. Calling you, I am. Calling you, I am.
Thank you so much, Brock. I appreciate that reminder, right? Whenever we feel like we're separated, we feel like we don't quite know what's next. Whenever we're feeling lost, it's that I am. And what does that mean? That I am. So, in Unity, this is a global, inclusive spiritual community. And we have that diversity expressed in this room. So when you get to know each other, you'll see, oh, this is this person's spiritual system. This is how this person arrived at how they see God and love and source. And so when we give ourselves the chance to get past that surface conversation, we actually see how much diversity is in this room in terms of how we see God. Some of us don't even use that word. Someone once told me, you know, I don't believe in that. I just know that there's love. And I want to say, that's it. Whatever we call it. That presence, that force, that thing, that experience of goodness, that is it. And if the name, whatever, if it's loaded with some other stuff, throw it away, don't use it. Call it whatever you want. Because that presence, that love, that source, that substance, that it, that allness, that isness is always here, whatever we want to call it. We happen to name gravity that thing. I'm not sure why. We just said gravity. Because we knew its opposite. We happen to call the universe nothingness until we knew better. That actually what appears to be nothingness is substance that is not possible to be seen with the human eye. It's the density and potency of potential in what appears to be black. Y'all with me? We grew beyond a way to see what appeared to be just an abyss. Our collective consciousness grew, and the tools that we use to measure also grew with us. And we were able to see that what appeared to be blackness for our ancestors is actually palpable substance, tangible potential, and we are in its midst. The formless. What do I mean? So this year, our entire year is around the seasons. And so for the first few months, we were in the season of the winter, which was in the stillness. I remember who I am. Can y'all say that? In the stillness, I remember who I am. Now, y'all, to remember is a big thing, right? To remember means you knew it. And sometimes when you remember, you're like, man, I can't believe I forgot that. But you knew it was there. You know it's there. Some of us, if we misplaced our glasses or our cell phone, it's like, where is that phone? You know it's somewhere. It might not be with you, but it's somewhere. You know its presence. When we remember who we are, there is a clarity that is always perpetually guiding us to our truest, fullest self. That's why when we make a decision that's not in alignment with who we truly are, we feel icky. We feel guilty. We feel like, oh man, I should go apologize. Zoe, can you turn my mic down a little bit? And so what we're ultimately doing is we're reminding ourselves that if we feel unsettled, that that choice, that path, that decision wasn't in alignment with who we truly are and who we remember ourselves to be. And who are we? Who are we really? We're more than these memories, these experiences, the things we've gone through, the aches and pains. So we're more than that. Depending on the collection of bodies, we're more than the trauma, the addiction, whatever the thing that binds us, we're more than that. There's so much more than that. So when we remember who we are, there is a clarity that is bursting through. And then we shift it to our current theme, which is I awaken to divine possibilities. Let's say that. I awaken to divine possibilities. So what that means is you can't remember where your cell phone is. Oh, boom, there it is. And what's the first thing you do? You turn it on. You turn that phone on and see if you missed the call. That's the first thing you do. Or whatever. You were looking for that phone for a reason, right? Oh, there it is. And there's a thing that happens. There's an activity that happens in response to you looking for that thing. So when we look at the seasons, when we look at what nature is teaching us, I want us to send our focus on what appears to be nothingness, the darkness. And I'm talking about the soil. I mentioned a moment ago, when we look at the universe, it appears to be an abyss of just black, right? But now we know, we have the tools to measure that it's more than that, it's so much more. The same thing is true with soil. We know that it has nutrients, and we know we got to put water in it. We don't know how it works. We just know it happens. We know if we nurture it, something's going to sprout. We know it. It's just, we've been here, done that. It's just like you're hungry, go eat. We know it. And so when we see really what soil is, it's pure potential. We honor it differently. We remember, we awaken. Oh yeah, have I been treating this soil, this fertile soil, with all the grace and love and care that it actually needs? Do we love this soil? And y'all, I'm using soil for the metaphor of us. I want us to ask a sincere question. Don't answer it to anybody. This is for you. How is your love practice for yourself? I want you to take a second. Now, if we know that we are connected to love and source and substance, we know the answer to everything. We can call it gut, instinct, intuition, whatever you want to call it. Its presence is perpetually with us, always. So if we ask a question, we know the answer. The question is, do we have the courage to listen when that answer arrives? Y'all with me? Okay, so here we go. We're going to ask a sincere question. Y'all ready? Don't say it out loud. I want you to ask in your heart, how is my practice of loving myself? How is my practice of loving myself? We got to answer. And I know what the answer is. The other day, I asked Sally, I said, Sally, how was your day? And she started telling me about the activities that she and the girls was up to. We went to the library, we did music and movement, then Nana had a dance class, and after that, she just listed the day. And I'm like, but how are you? The question was, how are you doing? And she listed all the work, all the things that were accomplished, the productivity that happened in that day. And the accountability partner in me says, how are you? I ain't talking about your to-do list. I'm talking about you. And so we do it. I was talking to somebody this morning. Hey, what's going on? And just went through the list. Right? What's new in your world? Went through the list. Yesterday at the party, I'm asking, hey, what's going on? What's new? Went through the list. And the list is a good thing, y'all. Let's just keep it real, right? There is something cleansing that happens when you set a goal and you accomplish it. Whatever it is. You clean the closet? Yes, it happened. This is what I did this Saturday morning. But I'm not quite sure if that aligns with our self-love practice. Y'all with me? This morning, we are being reminded of what we need. And this is all individual. Some of us just simply have to get tea and watch the sunrise. Celeste will be back in her garden, working, y'all. That is her healing. Any and every one of us has the way in which that expresses itself. And this morning, as those motorcycles ride by, this is for them too. They telling us that's their self-love, right? That's their community. They headed to Denny's right now. Y'all with me? What is ours? And the work is to be and hold space for each other. To say, what are you doing? What you up to? When was the last time you did something for you? I'm not talking about the to-do list. I'm talking about you. This fertile soil is something that, if we're not careful, what happens to the soil if water doesn't, if we don't keep watering it? What happens to the soil? It dries out. What else happens to that soil when it's dry? What happens? It breaks open, it's brittle, it becomes dust. Nothing grows. And then guess what happens when you're trying to resuscitate that soil? What happens? It cannot receive the water. The water, if you inundate that brittle soil with water, guess what happens? It floods. And that water just flows right off. Right? So some of us got a little more work to do. And that's okay. Because if we decide, you know what? I'm going to take myself on a vacation. I'm going to give myself some self-love. Guess what's going to happen on that vacation, y'all? Everything is going to drive you nuts. The food, the hotel, you name it. The person you went with thought it was going to be a good time. As soon as you were on the way, they got on your nerves. Right? On the way there, they was getting on your nerves. But this is an opportunity for you. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to take this time. I need this vacation. This is for me. And what happens? Nothing. More stress than you left with. Because ultimately what's happening is we've compounded the need of that experience. We, first of all, imposed need on that experience. So guess what happens when you put need on anything? You get more need. That's just how it works. So we go somewhere saying, I want these people to know how important I am. Guess what we're actually praying for? We want a space, so we have to prove how important we are in this space. Right? So the thought is heading out. It's already, the field is there. Our body is just on the way. We've already set that intention. Our whole energy, force field, all the things. The universe says, oh, okay, you want more of that? No problem, let's go. You want more need? Yes. You need this vacation? Yes, you do. Y'all with me? Now, the alternative is, what happens when you got some real dry soil, y'all? I mean, I'm talking about dry. It's like nothing soaking in. What do you got to do? Y'all help me out. You got to add some fertilizer, and what else you got to do? You got to just give like little drips, right? And you got to watch the soil just soak up just a little bit. Just a little bit. And over time, that brittle soil begins to absorb more. And the next thing you know, it absorbs more. And it absorbs more. And then, just to practice, next thing you know, a heavy rain comes, there's no more flood. Because it's absorbing more. And then over time, we see that new sprout. This season, when we say, I awaken to divine possibilities, what we are ultimately saying is, we awaken to our responsibility to be active participants co-creators with God with the very thing that we seek to experience. No longer are we passive participants in this thing we call life. No more. Because we get a chance in our daily practice, moment to moment to moment to moment, to articulate the experience that we desire. Now, here's the thing, y'all. We got to do it for ourselves first. Y'all hear me? We got to do it for ourselves first. When you in the airplane, y'all, we've heard that speech over and over and over again. We know the speech. We want to tell the flight attendant, sis, just take a breather. We got you. We know what you're saying. What do they say, y'all? Put your mask on first. Put your mask on first. And they remind you, hey, you won't see all the air that's in this container. But it's air in there. But put it on first. And then take care of the other people. Why is that important? I mean, we know in the primal state of survival, we can't do anything if we're not first taken care of, right? It's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We can't get to self-actualization or dreams or any of that stuff if our basic fundamental needs are not met. I'm talking about food, shelter, security. And then guess what's next? Love. You can experience a sense of community and presence, and right, that's next. So as much as we want to be here for each other and support each other and love on each other, love is important. But if somebody is experiencing food scarcity, or if somebody is experiencing housing insecurity, if their basic fundamental needs are compromised, love is important. You can love somebody, but you can't eat that. Y'all, this is radical coming from a reverend. What's the first thing you're going to hear? God will provide. Guess what? Yes, you will. Because God is in everything. God isn't outside of us that says, here you get more. We are the expression, the articulation of that thing we call God. If we say God is, then who are we? We are it. We are the itness. I told y'all with tools and the elevation of consciousness, we were able to see what space-time was. We were able to see what appeared to be just the abyss of darkness, and us are just floating around, about to implode at any moment, to when we evolved consciously and had the tools, we see, it's actually, we're not only the only planet here. There are more galaxies than we know or have the tools to count. And then the next question is, are we alone? And then guess what we start doing? Trying to search to see if we alone. No, we are not alone, y'all. We got some friends somewhere, okay? All right? We got some friends somewhere. All right? Let's just, okay, here we are, right? It's okay. We can be in this experience. We can experience whatever we want in this lifetime. What I'm here to say is, because we evolved as a people, the tools evolved with it. Because we have evolved as a people, the tools have evolved with it. So no longer in this space or in any spiritual community that considers itself new thought, will we say, God will provide. Yes, God will provide. Because God is all there is. All there is. And y'all, that takes a level of accountability to somewhere else. When we say, I awaken to divine possibilities, I affirm that my lack of love, my lack of loving myself, is guess what, y'all? The lack of God presence fully being expressed when and through you. So you're thinking it's just tea watching the sunrise. You think it's just a vacation. You think it's just, let me get my glass of wine. But that love is making space to experience its fullness. And then when you get that text message, or you get that whatever, Your vibration is so high that you help other people up. We don't got to go down in the muck. I had y'all do this last year. Say this with me. Say muck. Muck. Y'all know what that sounds like. just one more. Just say muck. Muck. Y'all know what that is, right? I just like to see mud. When I think of muck, I just think of you got the shoes on and then pow. Like, man, that's what muck is. That's muck. That's where we go when we descend down into that spiral of what Michael Beckwith calls victim consciousness. Right? When we descend and, man, things are tough. I can't get a break. No, you can't get a break. You got that right. You got that right. Somebody says, man, this is, I just need a chance. This is rough. Yes, it is rough. Anytime I'm doing spiritual counseling, the first thing I say is, you are right. That is a lot. I'm in full agreement because I am affirming that all that is being experienced, all that is being curtailed and finally distilled to articulation, it is true. So if somebody says, I can't get a break, I'm saying, yeah, you're right. You can't get a break. Why? Because we are co-creators with God. And I'm in agreement with that person. Yeah, you can't get a break. What can we do so you can get a break? What can we do? And y'all, if that person leaves that session and inundates themselves with all the self-care tools, all the yoga, all the massage therapy, all the Reiki, guess what's going to happen? Nothing. Now, setting the intention, if we say, okay, I'm going to do this for myself, and the first time I still feel irritated or annoyed, or this thing is still present with me, keep going. We talked about when the soil is so brittle and dry. You inundate it with something, it just washes away. But eventually, the practice, the intention says, okay, I'm going to keep working at this. And then we say, yeah, things are better. How's that thing we talked about? You know, I just decided enough was enough. I decided I wanted more for my life. It's rarely ever, actually, it's something like this. You know, I just looked up and I was making a sandwich, or I was walking and I saw this billboard, or my dog was galloping and playing with his little buddies. It's something so insignificant. It's something so like mundane. And the banality of that thing is a reminder that we are always in the presence of source, of substance. Because it's even in the randomness that we awaken to divine possibilities. We are being reminded this morning to see God's presence in everything, in all of our interactions. The Buddhists remind us to be intentional and mindful in the sweeping. That practice, how are your muscles engaged in this moment? What are we doing in this moment? And in this mindfulness, I awaken to who I truly am. In this mindfulness, in this act, this singular act, I don't see crumbs. I see the gratitude of what I have in my life. I'm talking as a dad sweeping from all the time I'm sweeping, okay? All right? If I'm not on the computer, I'm sweeping, okay? Sweeping up crumbs and cookies and leaves and dirt, all kinds of stuff. In the mindfulness, to see in that dustpan, all those little whatever, you name it, that is evidence. That is evidence of the love that surrounds me. That is evidence of everything we have in our life right there. I'm holding the dustpan. That's it. It's in that state. I am practicing. I am here. Wow. Look at this. I awaken to divine possibilities. This morning, we coming in for a landing. This morning, our work is simple. I ain't say it was easy. It's simple. Are we loving ourselves in the way that we need to be loved? And then what begins to awaken is what's next, what's needed. And some of us, it'll be like a bolt of lightning. Go to Connecticut. You're like, what, Connecticut? It's gonna be, some of us, it'll be a bolt of lightning, just like that. And then some of us, it'll be just, imagine the blossoming. So some of us have flowers. That's a slow unfolding. And so for some of us, it'll be like, I don't know, I just felt like I should go up the street and just take a walk. Okay, so I'm gonna go take a walk. And in that practice of just listening, we find, oh, wow, I needed this walk. Or when we go to Connecticut, we see, oh, wow, I got some forgiveness work. I didn't even realize I still cared about that ex-boyfriend or whatever the thing, fill in the blank. Here's some work, y'all. Y'all ready? Okay, this is work. The reason why it's called work is because the temptation is gonna go down into some other space talking about some other stuff. We're gonna do a quick little activity. The work is simply to tell, I didn't say person, people. Tell the people around you what is yours to do, what self-love, what act, what embodiment, what thing to do is coming up for you as an act of love. So I'm gonna give y'all some more time to think about it. In a moment, we're gonna take a breath. I'm gonna ask Brock to play some music, okay? We're gonna take a second. This is as sacred as anything that's happened already. This is as sacred as our prayer, our intention for what it is that we seek to experience. This is a prayer. Reverend Carla reminds us, a thought is a prayer. So in this moment, I want you to take a second and allow what comes up. It might be an image, it might be a word, it might be as clear as, I need to do this. I knew it for a while, I've been feeling it, and then here we are, whatever. And if you don't know, that means the soil is a little dry, y'all. And it's okay. And so maybe to the person around you, you say, I'm gonna sit with this question. Or, I don't know, I just feel like maybe I should start with a journal or whatever. Whatever comes up. So all you're gonna do, we're gonna take a breath, and I want you to simply go to the people around you and tell them what's come up for you. And these people around you are your accountability partners. So the next time you see them, I want you to check on, hey, you got that tea, right? You went to the park, right? Did you go to those springs? Did you wash that car? Whatever comes up. Y'all got it? All right, so we'll get some music going. Take a breath. Whenever you're ready, to the people around you, all I want you to do is tell them what is your act of self-love. Oh yeah, you start. Somebody was like, did we start? Yes. Now is the time. What's your act of self-love? Can I love your face? You're like, what do I do? What is it? So if you told that one person next to you, guess what? Somebody else need to know. What is your act of self-love? All right, y'all. Let me hear. Meditate. What else we got? What was that? What's that? Gardening. Yes, yes. What else we got? Rest without what? Oh, what? Wow, that is a whole talk right there. Rest without feeling guilty. Yes. All right, what else we got? What else we got? Jackie, what you got? Focus meditation and get a massage. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. What else we got? Play the electric bass. Yes, Laurie. We got a full band coming. What else we got? Carlos. Journal and meditate. Yes, yes. All right, y'all. So what I am asking in this moment, I called out a couple. What I'm asking in this moment is that we do for each other what we need to do, what is ours to do, okay? So what is ours to do is not to like tear somebody down because they didn't do the thing, right? That ain't it. You just hold space, right? You hold space. Laurie, how's that bass coming? And if Laurie says, it's been a week, I say, it's okay, it's all good. And then next week, bass? Okay. Bass? Yes, okay. We hold space. We hold space. What does that mean? This building is holding space. It can't contain all the love that's here. It can't contain all the energy and effervescence that is here. It's just holding space. Just like you have a bowl and you put milk in it. You can keep pouring milk. It'll overflow, but it's gonna hold space. When we hold space for each other, we are merely enabling this other person to be who they truly are in all of their power, all of their grace, all of their God presence. And we also do that by going to the soil. What am I talking about? I'm talking about meditating, y'all. Going into the silence. And that silence can be anything. It can be gardening. If Terry was here, working with her horses is meditation. When she describes that, I'm like, Terry, you in church. Yesterday when we were partying at Celeste, that's church. We don't need no building. When we hold space for each other, that is communion. That is holding sacred space. I am asking each of us in this moment, by awakening to divine possibilities, that means we stand clearly and firmly in who we truly are in all that we do and say. We started our time today talking about I am, that I am presence. Then we circled all the way around to the universe and what appeared to be the abyss. But as our consciousness grew, we were able to see, oh, it's something else. And we shifted that metaphor to the soil. And we shifted that soil to us. All to say one thing. If all there is God, and y'all, I'm holding that word in a really delicate way. Because we can replace God with love, substance, consciousness, source, presence, whatever word that resonates for you, we're going to fill that in. When we affirm that that is all there is, we can see these things that we experience with a little more grace. We can see people and events and circumstances with a little more grace. Because the water's coming, but it can't absorb. What do? Do we beat the soil down because it's not happening? No. Do we stomp and say, man, I'm moving? I mean, you could if you want, but guess what? The other soil gonna be dry. Right? Wherever you're running, it's coming with you. This morning, we are reminded that not just us, we shared for each other what is ours to do. Each of us are on a path to a greater unfolding, a greater experience of self-love, each and every one of us. And so when we encounter those in our community, our neighbors who drive us nuts, or whatever, fill in the blank, we don't see them as something that has to be abandoned. Or, yes, y'all, be frustrated by it, but let that frustration pass, okay? But to see it as soil that just needs a little more love. To see this as God's presence who's making this choice. We don't condone it, but we see it. We honor their divinity and the choices that they're making to not choose love. But what is ours to do? Play that bass, meditate, journal, rest without feeling guilty. That's ours. And guess what happens, y'all, when we do that? What happens? We shift the balance of the planet. Y'all already know, if you're making food and you had just a tad bit too much salt, just a little bit tipped it, you making food, you put a little too much water and now it's too loose. You put a little too much of something and now the cake didn't rise. It's just a little bit. And so if each of us decides, I'm going to choose a little more self-love today, we are shifting the planetary alignment. We are actively shifting the planet. Because when we choose self-love, and when we love ourselves so much to say, no, I'm not doing that. Or when we love ourselves so much to say, girl, I'll call you back. Not right now. Or when we love ourselves so much, we say, let me find my massage, my masseuse. I'm gonna call around. I'm gonna experience a few of them until I find my masseuse. When we do that, we are shifting. Because y'all, we got this candle as a reminder that when one of us experiences something, all of us is experiencing something. This is a symbol of all of our oneness. We are it. Y'all take a deep breath. We're going to take this clarity, this presence, this decision into our work. We have our accountabilities and partners around us. This morning we are reminded that as that self-love is asking to be expressed, we say yes. Y'all take a deep breath. I want you to say, I say yes. I say yes. For me, I'll say, I'm saying yes. Right? I want y'all to look around. Say to somebody next to you, girl, I'm saying yes. Bruh, I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes. We're saying yes to the base, the resting without feeling guilty, the masseuse. I don't care how much it costs, okay? All right? We are saying yes. so it is. And so it is. And so it is. That's my favorite part of a prayer. We done. It's done. And so it is. That's it. Right? That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, y'all. As you know, I say it every week, but we shift into our giving right after our talk because we know that if every act is a conscious choice, as we prepare our offering, we are actually preparing the fertile soil for what is returning, okay? Reverend Carla has a prosperity class that's beginning soon. I highly recommend, if you're just curious about what that even means, prosperity is acknowledging the abundance that is around us. And y'all, when that shift happens, money is like, please. Because we see the abundance expressing itself in everything. So I want you to take your offering, whatever it is you have to give, whether it's a time gift, a money gift. We can give online, many of us do. So I want you to take your offering, whatever it is, and I want you to take that energy and place it over your heart and repeat after me. Divine love, expressed in me and through me, blesses and multiplies, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. All right, y'all, as the kiddos get ready to come in, quick reminder, immediately after service, we're going to have some pizza. And so if you're able to stay, we invite you to stay for our community meeting. What we're doing is we're going to figure out as a community how we align with Unity worldwide. And so we've been as a part of Unity over 50 years. We celebrated last year. And so the organizational structure is shifting. And so they're asking that every single Unity, all 600 of us, have a dialogue around what it is that we want to do. Do we want to be an affiliate? Do we want to be a field partner? Or do we want to be in name alignment? So it's just conversations we'll have as a community. Yeah, so we'll talk and get more clarity later. It's going to officially start. It was supposed to be 12:30. It's 12:15 now. Maybe like 12:40, 45. Yeah. Let's get some time to get some food. Yeah. Kathy said it'll start after the pizza. Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, after the pizza. Are the kiddos there? Yes, Jackie.
Everybody really should attend if you can, because this is our future, okay? This is whether we remain a traditional Unity church or we become an affiliate, which is kind of name only, or we let go of the name Unity. I mean, this is big.
Yeah, big questions for sure. I got a feeling where we gonna lean, but yeah, we'll talk. Any other pressing announcements? Pizza is here. Whoever got it, we want to say thank you. So we'll chill until the kids come. In a moment, you'll see while we were waiting. We got the princesses in the house, okay? Yes, the entrance. Hey, Miss Gwen, what happened today?
Well, since we only had 2 of my friends, we decided to wait and do what I was going to do today next time because I needed a lot of children. And so we had the most special day, didn't we, Kenya? Yes, we did. They got books off the shelf, and I had to read those books to them. And some were so funny. They were so old. There were 2 children talking on the phone, and all of a sudden, can you hear me? Can you hear me? A little mouse had bitten the cord. They had no clue what that was. Nor did they know what the dial phone was. So I have to update some stories. But we talked about in all the stories that God made, all the animals, all the fish, everything that we saw in the books, that I would say, who made it? And Kenya would say, God. God. She just knows.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gwen. So we bless our kiddos in the same way that we bless each other. So let's read together the children's blessing. Let's stand if we're able. And so we have kiddos in front of us, but we also have nieces and nephews and grandkids near and far. All right, no more jumping. Thank you so much. Let's rub our hands together and extend our hands to the kiddos, and let's read together. Children, you are perfect just the way you are. The divine, magnificent outpicturing of source. Everything you desire is yours because you and God are one. We love you, we really, really love you. All right, y'all, let's circle up.
Yeah. It's the place to be.
Gary, can you start us off? The light of God surrounds us. We are light. The love of God enfolds us. We are love. The power of God protects us. We are power. The presence of God watches over us. We are presence. Wherever we are, God is, because we are divine, and all is well. All right, y'all, if we could look at the camera in the back of the room and just wave at our loved ones who are moving through their healing journey. We can't wait to wrap our arms around you, and we see you as whole and healthy and loved. All right, y'all have a good week. And those who are staying, let's get some pizza. See y'all back here in like 30 minutes.